Jerami Grant is a stone cold baller, but I often wonder, would he have reached his full potential had he stayed with the Denver Nuggets? Why would he leave a Western Conference contender to go play for the Detroit Pistons? What's up, y'all? Welcome to Shy's Corner. In this video, I will share with you why I believe Jerami Grant is wasting his career in Motown. Let's get into it. I think there's a thin line between wanting to be the number one option on an NBA basketball team, achieving personal accolades, and also getting paid. It's a tough choice, and I'm sure Jerami Grant had to weigh these three things out when he decided to leave Coach Mike Malone, NBA All-Star Nikola Jokic, and superstar point guard Jamal Murray. Let's take a quick look back at what the Denver Nuggets and Jerami Grant were able to achieve in the 2019-2020 NBA season. With a record of 46-27, the Denver Nuggets finished third in the Western Conference, and Jerami Grant averaged about 26 minutes off the bench, 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. I have to be honest, the Denver Nuggets surprised everyone in the 2019-20 NBA bubble playoffs. Not only did they defeat the Utah Jazz 4-3 in the first round, they went down 0-3 to the Los Angeles Clippers in the second round and fought back to win that series as well. By the time they made it to the conference finals, the Denver Nuggets were spent, and they ended up losing to the Los Angeles Lakers 4-1. But the beauty of it all was that we were able to see the beginning of Jerami Grant's full potential with the Denver Nuggets. During the playoffs, Jerami Grant made his way into the starting lineup and averaged about 34 minutes and 11 points against the Utah Jazz. He also hit a couple of crucial three balls to keep the Nuggets season alive. In the conference semifinals, Grant averaged about 32 minutes and 12 points against the Los Angeles Clippers, and finally 15 points and 3 rebounds against the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. During the 2019-20 offseason, Jerami Grant became a free agent, and he decided he'd be better off playing for head coach Dwayne Casey and cashing in on that 3-year, $60 million deal from the Detroit Pistons. The Denver Nuggets did not have enough money to pay him, Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, and they were still trying to recover from Paul Millsap's ridiculous contract. In the 2020-21 NBA season, Jerami Grant is definitely the number one option for the Detroit Pistons, and he's playing alongside an unrecognizable and unathletic Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose. Because the Detroit Pistons are absolutely horrible, Jerami Grant is able to get more touches, so he's averaging about 24.6 rebounds and 2 assists on the Detroit Pistons roster, who's only won 3 of the last 16 games and are dead last in the Eastern Conference. At least Jerami is balling. So basically, Jerami Grant is wasting his prime in Detroit, but he's making $20 million this season, but he will not make it to the NBA playoffs, and more than likely, he will not receive any personal accolades like MVP or Defensive Player of the Year, etc. The Detroit Pistons ought to be ashamed of themselves. They do not have any nationally televised games, and no one will know about all of the work Jerami Grant is putting in. So as I said earlier, there is a fine line between being the number one option on an NBA basketball team, receiving personal accolades, and getting paid. But hey, if it were up to me, I'm getting paid. This year, Jerami Grant will be 1-2-3 Cancun, and he will be watching his former teammates in the NBA playoffs, and that you can take to the bank. All right, you guys, that wraps up this episode of Shy's Corner. If you like this kind of content, make sure you drop down in the comments and let me know what you think. Do you think Jerami Grant is wasting his career in Detroit? I do. All right, I will see you guys on the next one. But until then, see ya.